The following is a presentation of the NBA Development League, home of NBA prospects. Visit NBA.com/D-League to see who makes the jump to the NBA.
With the 11th NBA D-League Gatorade call-up of the season, of the all-time series, Rio Grande Valley with 8 wins and Sioux Falls with 4. Starting lineups for tonight's ball game, we'll start with the home team, the Skyforce, with Mark Tyndale. He'll be playing at a guard, and he is 6'5" and 210 out of Temple. Chris Davis, 6'3", 185 out of Southern at the other guard. On the front line, Demetrius Nichols, 6'8" out of Syracuse. Mike Davis, 6'9" out of Illinois. And Dexter Pittman on assignment from the Miami Heat. He is 6'11", 285-pounder out of Texas for the Rio Grande Valley Vipers. On assignment from Houston, it is Patrick Beverly, 6'1" out of Arkansas. And Chris Johnson, a 6'6" forward out of Dayton. Andrew Goudlock, 6'3" out of the College of Charleston. Terrence Jones on assignment from the Rockets, 6'9" out of Kentucky on the front line. And Tim Obrecht, 6'11" out of Germany. And he is the 5. Rio Grande Valley is led by Nick Nurse as the head coach and assisted by Doug West and Matt Braze. The Sioux Falls Skyforce are led by Joel Abelson and assisted by Darren Cohn, Deshaun Hadley, and by Jermaine Bird. We will have a chat with the head coach of the Sioux Falls Skyforce, Joel Abelson, next, and the play-by-play. You're listening to the NBA Development League Radio Network. NBA Development League. Good evening, I'm Dan Peters, and we have Joel Abelson last night. Sioux Falls Skyforce falling by 15. It was a tight game for the first 3 quarters, although the first couple of minutes, the Skyforce put up the Vipers put up the first 11 points of the contest. And the Skyforce ended up leading after 1 quarter. But overall, the first 3 quarters, something to hang their hat on, but not the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you know, I thought we played pretty well the first 3 quarters, with all due candor. I mean, you know, I thought our transition defense was excellent last night, which has been obviously something we hammered home with them. So that was encouraging, and hopefully we can put a game together where it's really good again, and we can build on our effort from last night, because our effort was good. You know, we came out in the 4th quarter and it was just they made some shots, and we, again, our pick and roll coverage will be different tonight, you know, we hope we can build on that. Like you said, basketball is a game of runs. We come out, we could score the first 13 points tonight. It means really very little. You know, I mean, you're going to go through stretches where you score, you're going to go through stretches where you don't score, but it's how you respond.
So are there going to be things that are going to be radically different, or just minor different things you're going to maybe just notice if you watch really close? Is that what you'll basically want your guys to do?
Yeah, you know, we're going to try the best we can to keep Patrick Beverly from just carving up our defense. So look for that. You know, I mean, he's a very talented player, but we can't let him go by 2 guys, get in the paint, and then, you know, just make passes or make plays for himself or whatever. So look for that. That would be the thing that we've focused on today and shoot around. And, you know, overall, you know, we have to do a better job initiating offense. I thought it was better yesterday with Chris and Jay and Gabe, but I hope it improves even further.
And offensive rebounding, you did well on the offensive boards last night and prevented some on the way. And was it just one of those things where it fell your way, or was that a concerted effort? No, we did a better job, but there were some offensive rebounds that we feel like we should have got that we didn't. That they got that we shouldn't have allowed them to, and we addressed that in film too. We have to do a better job of not just turning when a shot goes up, but finding our guy and then hitting them and then turning and going to get the ball. It's not, you know, we're not all the most athletic guy on the court anymore. This is a different level than what we've been playing, and we need to head hunt and turn and keep guys off the glass.
And that's Coach Joel Abelson of the Sioux Falls Skyforce as we prepare for tonight's tussle between the Skyforce and the Vipers in the NBA Development League. The Vipers are a sole affiliate of the Houston Rockets. It is a 1-to-1 partnership, but the Vipers are independently owned from the Houston Rockets. The Minnesota Timberwolves, the Miami Heat, and the Philadelphia 76ers and the Orlando Magic are affiliates, the Skyforce is an affiliate of those NBA ball clubs. Our officials for tonight's game, the crew chief is Lauren Holtkamp. Tyler Ford and Chris Balasinski are the other 2 that will be patrolling for this contest here at the Sioux Falls Arena. As the Vipers grace the courts, they have Vipers emblazoned across the front of their jerseys. They are a bright red, and they also have some gray in their scheme, some black as well in their logo. But on the uniform, there is no bordering color around their numerals and the names on the back of the jersey. It is a pure white. For the Sioux Falls Skyforce, they will grace the court in their home white uniforms with teal numerals and black shading around their uniforms. This is the last game between these 2 teams here, and where they will go from here, the Vipers will have some time off. They will actually next play on Monday, January 21st, and they'll host the Texas Legends, and then again on Wednesday the 23rd. So after tonight's road contest, they will be home for a pair, but have 9 days in between games. The last time that the Vipers were at home, they hosted the Canton Charge and the Reno Bighorns before Christmas. But then they've been at Bakersfield for a couple, at Austin before the showcase, and played a couple at the showcase, and then finally getting home after tonight's 2-game set completion here at the arena. The Sioux Falls Skyforce will have a series of home games. They'll play Tuesday night against the Santa Cruz Warriors. That'll be a 7 o'clock start Central Time, and then the Texas Legends for a pair of games Friday and Saturday, the 18th and 19th of the upcoming week. To the center, where Holtkamp will jump it with Pittman and Albrecht. And Albrecht will be able to tap it to his teammate Beverly, and things will start here at the Sioux Falls Arena. At the top, it's Jones. He'll take a couple of dribbles in retreat and then come around to Beverly. Beverly kind of stalking to his left, waiting for the screen. Here's the pick and roll. He'll kick it to the corner and then around to the wing. Here is a 3 for Jones. It is good. Terrence Jones, first points of the game, and the Rio Grande Valley Vipers lead it 3-0. First 30 seconds have elapsed. Chris Davis running the show for the Skyforce. Drifts to the right, off to Nichols, back to Davis. Now Nichols at the top with 10 to shoot. Nichols waits for Tyndale to clear and lost it out of bounds. And a turnover for the Skyforce to start. So the Vipers will play it towards the courts near my broadcast position. I am high above the southern end of the Sioux Falls Skyforce, Sioux Falls Arena Court, and that's where the Vipers are setting up shop. Beverly, left wing, gives it up top, Goudlock. A couple of people flash out to him. Beverly back to the left side, 8 to shoot. He'll wait for the screen, and he'll have 2 defenders shadowing him. He'll kick it back to Jones. No, around to Goudlock. He's 3 is good. Beats the red on the shot clock. And Goudlock with a pair of threes, 6-0. So the Skyforce giving up 11 of 21 from long range last night. So the Vipers very good from long distance, and they've started off quickly tonight. 2 defenders around Dexter Pittman, steal by Goudlock. Goudlock, here's a kick to the corner. Here's another 3 for Johnson, good again. 3 shots, 3 3-pointers, and it's 9-0. 10:21 remaining in the first quarter. Davis looking to his left, takes a peek, and then gets it over to Tyndale to the baseline. So the Skyforce, 2 turnovers. Here's their first shot. It's no good for Demetrius Nichols from the left side. Here's a long lead pass. Wow, that one hit the bottom support of the basket stanchion. So there's the first turnover on the night for the Vipers. 9-0 the score. And we played the first 2 minutes of action from the Sioux Falls Arena. Davis finds his way into the paint, and a blocking foul on Albrecht. Davis will earn a trip to the stripe. Chris Davis, he is a D-League veteran. He has played with the Reno Bighorns for a couple of years and was with the Idaho Stampede last year for a portion of the year before being acquired by trade, and has played 8 games for the Sioux Falls Skyforce this season and promptly misses the first free throw. He had made 3 of 3 coming in, but here's his second of 2, and it goes in. 9-1. And the Vipers have the 8-point advantage. Beverly gives off to Jones, down low to Albrecht, and he's fouled from behind by Dexter Pittman. It's one of the things that happened last night in the contest. Albrecht, not so much on post-ups, but on pick and rolls, fouled early by Dexter Pittman, and Pittman did not get the amount of minutes that he usually gets. Underneath, it's Jones, tries to get himself positioned, and he is fouled on the way up. And that one will be on Demetrius Nichols. So to the line will be Terrence Jones, rookie out of Kentucky, on assignment from the Houston Rockets. He's already hit a 3-pointer, and his first foul shot is good, and the score is 10-1. So last night, the Vipers scored the first 11 points of the ball game. And that one hit the top of the backboard. Dexter Pittman has to go high for it. And it's 10-1 to start this contest. Tyndale picks it up near the timeline. Dexter Pittman open lane to the basket. Ball caroms out of bounds off of Rio Grande Valley. And the Vipers do protest. They want to say that it was off Mike Davis. I think they're going to talk this over and they'll change the call. Yep. Yeah, that is the correct call. It did glance off the hands of Mike Davis. Vipers did have a beef. 9:25 left. Here comes Beverly all the way to the 10. Kick it over to Goudlock on the left. To the top, Jones. He'll show and go. Kick it back to Goudlock. Here's Beverly. 3, left side. Off the side of the board. Rebound to the Skyforce. Mike Davis, flat-footed. He'll get it up top to Nichols, and that one will go out of bounds. Albrecht denying Pittman in the post. And the ball will loft in the air and dropped softly on the side. Davis will send it to Tyndale on the left. Pittman gets into the lane to the 10 and does not make the dunk. But Nichols able to kick it back to Tyndale, who will hit a 3. So Pittman unable to connect down low. But Nichols able to keep it alive, and the Skyforce make it 10-4. 8:40 to go. First quarter, Patrick Beverly waiting for the screen. Jones, he will elect to get to about 15 feet. He's cut off. Beverly, 3 again. That one's good. So Beverly missed badly on the first, but does ring true on the second. And so the long-range bombs going in again for the Vipers. A 13-4 contest. That one goes to Tyndale, who can shoot the 3, but does not. And that one tipped into backcourt. And Goudlock is going to hit a drag race to Davis. He'll lay it off for Johnson and hit it. And that will prompt words from the sideline from Coach Joel Abelson and the Sioux Falls Skyforce Brain Trust for this will be a full timeout, I do believe. 15-4 the score, 8:03 left first quarter. Back in 2 minutes on the D-League Radio Network. A 9-point game and almost 4 minutes played so far in the first period. It's 15-4. And the Vipers, 4 of 5 from downtown. Plus a layup and a free throw gives them a 15-4 advantage. Mike Davis gives it off to Nichols. He'll kick it back to Tyndale, who will stop at the dotted line, jump it up. It's off the back paddle. And the rebound fought for, saved by Johnson. Davis lost it out of bounds. That's Davis, the taller. Two Davises on the court for Sioux Falls. Mike, at 6'9", a forward from Illinois. And the shorter is Chris Davis, the guard from Southern out of Louisiana. 15-4 as Beverly gets it to Goudlock, gives to Jones, lefty jumper, baseline, swish. Terrence Jones makes it 17-4. Demetrius Nichols with a jumper from the left side, no good. Ball punched out, and they will say last touch by Sioux Falls. I think that was Dexter Pittman who pawed it out. Quickly the other way, Andrew Goudlock. He'll jump on the binders and then give it off to Jones. Back to Goudlock. Goudlock advances on Tyndale. Dotted line jumper. That one front rim, back rim, and through. 19-4. And 6:57 in the first period remaining. Demetrius Nichols looks it over, gets the screen from Mike Davis. And now Davis rolls to the basket, gives to Pittman, and he missed the dunk again, but this time they'll blow the whistle. So Dexter will go to the line where he has shot 69% from the floor. Last night, when everyone was gone, all the people that kind of milled around the court after the game, it was probably about an hour after the game. Here's Dexter running sprints. First toss is good for the 6'11" centerman out of Texas. Champion with the Miami Heat last year, on assignment here in the D-League. Cans a pair, and you get a championship ring, and you're still working. The other guys are off, and Pittman's still doing it. 19-6, steal on one end, it's stolen back. Careless with a pumpkin after getting it from the Vipers in that possession. Here's a three for Johnson, rattles it home. Chris Johnson's second three-pointer of the game, and he's got 8, and it's 22-6. And we're at the 6:20 mark. Chris will kind of fade to the left, give it off to Nichols, who will do the same, and then the sequence will refresh itself with Mike up top, and now Tyndale on the right, 9 to shoot. Tyndale in 2 defenders at the free throw line, and there's Tyndale again after the pass from Nichols, and here comes Dexter Pittman again. He did not get the shot off in time. After the turnover, 2 new jerseys on the court for Sioux Falls. We've got Damian Saunders, who is out of Duquesne, and Michael Thompson, and he is from Pepperdine. Tyndale and Mike Davis will check out. To the front court, Beverly. And Beverly's going to take it in the lane, nearly stripped by Davis. That one's tapped out. That one, it was in the cylinder. Basket interference call. Dexter Pittman will check out, and Will Foster will be on in his stead. Will Foster is 7'5" out of Gonzaga. So credit that basket to Beverly. He's got 5. 24-6, and the lead stands at 18. So the Skyforce with Saunders up top, 10 to shoot as Davis. We got a foul. Got some shoving going on, battling for position. Chris Johnson will be whistled. And they'll refresh the shot clock to 14, and 5:37 remains. First period, Chris Davis looking to hit Nichols on the baseline. Johnson there to oppose. That one whistles over to Michael Thompson. 5 on the shot clock as Davis penetrates. Nichols for 3, left side, no good. Rebound, Will Foster. He's going to put it back up on the reverse, and he hits it. Will Foster using all 7'5" to be able to squeeze underneath the basket, escape the defense from Albrecht. And here comes Beverly the other way. Still with a bounce, crossing over a couple of times. Now will advance, get in the lane, kick it, and it's stolen away by Nichols. Nichols has Saunders running with him. Saunders will work his way to the rim, and he'll lay it up and through. 24-10. So the lead now back to 14 when it was as high as 18 at 24-6. Back the other direction. Beverly has it in the right corner. Now will take a bounce, picks it up. Now we'll give it to Albrecht. Back to Saunders. Excuse me, that's Beverly. And Beverly with the jumper that's no good. Rebound to Sioux Falls. Nichols transition 3. And it's around and out. Will Foster with another rebound. And Skyforce will play on. Gives it to Nichols. Lost it between his legs. And it's on the floor. And who's got it? Now we're going to have a scrum on the floor. Who's going to get called for the jump? Because you've got 3 bodies on the deck. You've got Foster, and you've got Johnson, and you've got Olbrecht. And coming out of it, we'll have Foster and I believe Olbrecht. 4:20 left in the first quarter, 24-10. And if it's Foster in the jump circle, you can't really concede, but it depends on who's in it. And it's not Olbrecht, it's Johnson. So you got Johnson, who's 6'6", and then, Foster, they conceded it basically. We're going to call that a bad jump. And I think that jump ball was a little bit off because Foster it was not high enough, number one, and I think it drifted towards the Skyforce baskets. They're going to talk this over and see who they award it to someone or if they will re-jump it. All 3 officials are going to talk it over, and we'll see what the decision is. Say Skyforce basketball. 16 is the time remaining on the shot clock. 4:18 left in the first quarter. And the Skyforce on a 4-point run. Trailing currently 24-10. Jay Lucas has checked on for the first time. And now Foster will post up. He'll work his way in the lane. He is swatted out by Vernon Macklin. And the Skyforce will foul on the loose ball. And the foul will be on Nichols, and that is his second. 24-10. As Beverly works it against Jay Lucas to Goudlock. Down low, Macklin on the left baseline. Macklin will drive, Macklin will shoot, and he will score. Hooks it over the outstretched arms of Foster. First bench points of the game for the Vipers, 26-10. Up top, it's Thompson. Shifts to Nichols, who's open, then 2 defenders close, and Nichols will back away. Back up top to Saunders, 12 to shoot. Here's Thompson, who will fire, and he will miss it long. And the rebound poked out, and it's now in the backcourt. Thompson picks it up. It's a 3-on-3. Nichols will take his way to the rim. Blocking foul, count that bucket. And they will call it on Macklin, and that is his first. 26-12. 3:29 left, first quarter. As a little helter-skelter play allows the Skyforce to close to 14 again. And Nichols swishes the free throw. He is good at about an 82% clip. Nichols' first points of the game, and it makes it 26-13. On for the Vipers is Terrell Harris, who is just recently released from the Miami Heat. Terrence Jones, he'll show and go, get to the dotted line, float it up and in. Jones has 8, 28-13. Jay Lucas gives it off to Nichols. And Nichols will takes it to the baseline around the screen. Doesn't hit it off the curl. Saunders has it, lost it, got it back. 8 to shoot. Nichols, he'll look to drive, kick there to Saunders. He'll shoot it from 18 off the iron. And the rebound, Will Foster. That's his third. And a fresh set of time to work for the Skyforce. Jay Lucas wearing number 10. So fresh he doesn't even have his name on the back of the jersey. Michael Thompson, nice little floating shot in the lane. Worked his way into the paint and got it to go. Michael Thompson makes it 28-15. Goudlock off the screen from Macklin, works under the rim, no shot there, kicks, here's Jones, 3, and it is too strong. Rebound, Macklin spins it up to himself, gets it back, drives on Foster, gets in his grill, that one's no good. Saunders has it raked away, but it's lost by Johnson. And Saunders works it up court to Lucas. Lucas, no numbers, good transition defense for the Vipers. Thompson's open, no, he'll send it to a wider open Nichols, it's no good. Rebound, Saunders flipped it and could not save it. And here comes Harris. Harris will run into Saunders, and they will kick it over to Johnson, left wing. Down to Macklin. Macklin being played by Thompson. That's a mismatch. Macklin giving up or got a little bit to give on Thompson, and now Johnson lost it out of bounds. Had to try to reel in the pass with an outstretched right hand and could not save it. 1:38 left in the first quarter, and it's 28-15. Rio Grande Valley leads Sioux Falls on the NBA Development League Radio Network. 28-15. Score, 1:35 left in the first quarter as play resumes. Gabe Pruitt is checked on for the Skyforce. And Jay Lucas, his shot is off the front iron, and the rebound will plop into the hands of Harris. And Terrell Harris, a couple of bounces, and he will fade away. Wait for Gaudlock to pick him up. Gaudlock will stalk towards the right side. Now he'll work it over to the left, try to hit Olbrecht, who's checked back on. It's Olbrecht against Saunders. Olbrecht will spin to the baseline. Hook shot is good. Tim Olbrecht doing the dirty work, and last night scored 29, did Olbrecht. That's his first deuce of the night. Under a minute left in the quarter, and it's 30-15. Pruitt runs into Olbrecht, and they're going to call a foul. And that will put the ball to the side. That is the first foul in the, actually, nope, that is the fifth team foul in the Vipers. And Gabe Pruitt will step to the line. The Skyforce have 3 team fouls. So Pruitt to the stripe. His first toss is good. Pruitt, who is a former champion himself, a member of the Boston Celtics during the banner number 17 season. About 62% from the foul line this season. Actually, no, 72%. I apologize, 72%. 6.9 per game for Pruitt, and he cans them both, 30-17. Gaudlock with the handle, and Will Foster swats him. And it's a one-on-one coming the other way with Michael Thompson. He will advance to the goal and lay it up and in. Michael Thompson in the open court makes it 30-19. Here comes the other way, Terrell Harris, and he will put it off the window. A 6'4" guard from Oklahoma State makes it 32-19. Jay Lucas pondered, but instead will bring it back out. Lucas off the pick and roll, kicks to a 3, and it's short for the Skyforce. And Damian Saunders, rebound picked up, and shot clock off for Terrell Harris, who will run the show against Lucas. Harris will advance. He will have it stripped away by Pruitt. And Pruitt's going to take it all the way in, and he will lay it up over the 10 with 0.6 left in the quarter. And that will do it. They will not count that one even if it goes. And the Skyforce, after trailing by as many as 18, trail by 9 after quarter number 1, and it's 32-21. Back with the second quarter in 2 minutes on the NBA Development League Radio Network. Oop. glad you're joined us for NBA Development League action from the Sioux Falls Arena. My name is Dan Peters, and it's 32-21. That's an 11-point lead for the Vipers after one quarter. Some early returns on the night. 8 points apiece for Chris Johnson and Terrence Jones. And 4 points off the bench for Michael Thompson and Gabe Pruitt to lead the way for the Skyforce. They have the ball to start this second with Thompson giving it up to Foster. He's trying to burn it on Macklin, hooks it over him, and it's off the iron. Rebound Obrecht, and they'll come the other way. Leading by 11. Vipers scored the first 9 tonight. Macklin has it, left wing, takes a bounce, and Macklin waiting for help, and it's tipped out of bounds with 5 to shoot. Damian Saunders. And it's Saunders against Olbrecht. There is some height differential, but that may turn out to be a fine play because Saunders and Olbrecht, of course, former teammates not too long ago. There probably are some tendencies that Saunders can pick up. Kyle Fogg is checked on, and his opportunity goes by the boards. It was slapped away by Pruitt, and it just bounded out of bounds as the shot clock expired, so the turnover gives it back to the Skyforce. 32-21. Pruitt off the curl. Waits for the screen. Instead, he will take it left baseline, pull up from 18, and swishes. Gabe Pruitt now with 4 points. Excuse me, check that, 6 points. 32-23. Will Foster will tap that one out, denying Vernon Macklin in the post. This is a lineup that the Vipers didn't use very much last night with Macklin and Olbrecht both on the court at the same time. Olbrecht 6'11" and Macklin 6'10". And Macklin being guarded by Foster and Saunders guarding Olbrecht. Beverly is back on. He gives it off to Macklin. They kick to the corner, around to the wing. Here's for Fogg for 3. And a rebound, Jay Lucas. And Jay Lucas is 5'10". Out of the University of Texas was his last university appearance. Michael Thompson gets it from 3, left side. And Thompson makes it 32-25. Here's a floater in the lane. Patrick Beverly shoots it over Foster. And it's 34-26. So the Skyforce had cut it down to 6 points. Now trail it by 8 with 10:08 left in the second. Pruitt is going to take it, slides down to a knee, but that was courtesy of Kyle Fogg, trying to hold up Pruitt as he advanced to the goal. And Fogg will, of course, pick up his first personal foul. No shot attempt taken. And Lucas will give it off to Thompson. It's tipped out near midcourt, and Lucas will go get it. 9 to shoot. Lucas crossing over, waiting for the screen, slips by it, and gives it off to Foster, who will take it to the 10, and that one bounds over, and he couldn't get it up in time. So Foster with a couple of cracks at it, unable to work it to the rim the first time, and then not quite quick enough on the second. 9:50 to go in the second quarter, and it's 34-26. And Macklin gives it off to Beverly. He'll kick to the corner. Here's a 3 for Harris. That one's off the top of the board, and Lucas will track it down. Lucas, he will pull up from 15, swish, in transition, Jay Lucas. Makes it 34-28, and the lead is 6 again. 9:23 to go. Here's a spin by Beverly. He'll take it in on Foster. No shot there. Fogg is open. He will fire. It's no good. Rebound. Olbrecht is swatted away. And forcing it is a loose ball foul. Thompson trying to get it. Macklin pushing, trying to track it down. And that is number 2 on Vernon. Vernon Macklin is a 6'10" forward out of Florida. And Foster will take a seat. Dexter Pittman will check on. Skyforce the basketball. And this is the closest they have been since it was 9-0. And 3 straight three-point buckets for the Vipers to start the game. Pittman will spin to the baseline. His shot no good. And the rebound comes to the Vipers. Beverly, he's going to take it in on Lucas. Over to Fogg in the left. To the free throw line, Macklin. And Macklin will drive it on Pittman, and he will score. Macklin with his second bucket of the game. He's got 4, 36-28. And the screen will come in the form of Saunders. Lucas will slip by it. Lucas will get all the way to the 10. And the ball slips away from Dexter Pittman. Here come the Vipers again. Beverly. And Beverly will switch away. Lost the handle, got it back to Fogg, and now to Harris. And Harris is going to take it in the lane. Fading jump shot. Ooh, nice. Nice work done by Terrell Harris. He fading and hanging in the air. Able to get that one to go. 38-28. Gabe Pruitt with the bounce. Behind the back pass. A little bit offline, but Saunders able to track it. Now here's Thompson again for 3, and that one no good. Rebound picked up by Damian Saunders, and he's able to lay it back up and in. 38-30, and the offensive board. Here comes Beverly. His shot no good. Albrecht, a loose ball foul underneath, and will stay right here. Albrecht flying in for the rebound, but I think they were trying to say Macklin was being accosted down low, and that's Pittman, and number 2 on Dexter. So after the miss by the Vipers, they will have full 24 to work. Jay Lucas will check out. On for him will come Mark Tyndale. Goudlock is also back on. He will fade off to the right. Ball is tipped, but Beverly will take it all the way in. Lay it off for Albrecht. Thank you very much, Tim Albrecht. Now with 4. And the Vipers lead it again, 40-30. Thompson denied by Albrecht as he tried to get it into Pittman. Knocked off the baseline, 7:14 left, second quarter. Skyforce will play again on Tuesday. Vipers will have 9 days off. Here comes Tyndale. He will run the left baseline. He will get in the paint, and he'll be fouled. So Tyndale will take a stroll to the stripe for the second time tonight. Check that. That's the first time tonight he'll go to the line. Tyndale has a 3-point bucket to his credit. And his first toss after a long pause is no good. Tyndale has been about 62% for the season from the line. He had been kind of been mired in the 50 percentage point range. Last night, doing well from the stripe. This time, hitting 1 of 2, 40-31 at the 7:10 mark of the second quarter. Beverly off to Terrence Jones, who's checked back on. Now to Goudlock, just left of the circle. Goudlock will spin, and he will step back with a jumper. It's off the mark. Rebound, alone is Saunders. Pruitt, and good transition defense until Mark Tyndale gets to the rim. Albrecht stops him, and Tyndale gets the ball back after a tip by Pittman. Pruitt's going to size up for 3, and that one's off the mark. And the rebound red underneath is Terrell Harris. And it's nicked away by Saunders. And Saunders, here it comes, showtime! Damian Saunders makes it 40-33. 6:32 left in the second. Goudlock, open on the left, will give it up to Jones. Jones with a couple of bounces, waits for Goudlock. Pruitt trying to sneak in there and try to get it back. And they'll get it back to Jones. He's from 20 feet away. He will fire it left side, row good, and it's Pittman. Up to Tyndale. And the Skyforce play it, trailing by 7. And now they'll trail it by 4. Three-pointer, Michael Thompson. 40-36. Halfway home in the second quarter. Timeout, Nick Nurse and the Rio Grande Valley Vipers with 5:57 left. Teams will head to the locker rooms in a bit. But right now, timeout on the court. Vipers lead by 4 on the NBA Development League Radio Network. after the chat. Two teams back at it. 40-36, Rio Grande Valley leads Sioux Falls. Gowdlock, about 18 feet from the basket, will keep the bounce and send it over to the left, where Johnson, back to Gowdlock, 9 to shoot. Here comes Johnson, three-pointer left side, it's short, bounds over the rim, and it's Pruitt underneath who will pull it down. Mike Davis is checked back on for the Skyforce. Only Pruitt and Thompson, non-starters, on for Sioux Falls. The starting five on the court for the Vipers. And we've got a moving screen for Mike Davis, applying a little bit too much pressure around the screen. Gowdlock is open. He will take it in the lane, kick it out. Beverly, three. It is no good. Rebound, Pittman. Boy, Johnson trying to work his way in there, but Pittman says, that is mine. Pruitt in the corner. Fields the tipped pass, and then we'll send it one-handedly up to Tyndale at the top. Back to Pruitt. He'll fire a three, and that one is no good. Still, it's a 4-point game. Rebound to the Vipers. Up ahead, it's Jones, and a foul. And we've got Tyndale and Jones. Jones, none too happy about the contact at the rim. We got a technical foul called on the Vipers. I think Terrence Jones is looking for a flagrant. But there will be a free throw. So Tyndale with the foul. And Pruitt will shoot the technical. And that will be the first order of business. Nick Nurse is none too happy about it either. So Pruitt, who was at the line back in the first quarter, hit both of his tosses and does so again. And it makes it 42-37. So it's a 5-point game currently. And Terrence Jones, boy, he is staring down Mark Tyndale. Wanders from the free throw line to directly under the net. Now will walk back to the free throw line, then turn and now face his fate at the free throw line. And the lefty fires, and it's no good. The rebound, Olbrecht. And here's a three for Johnson. No good. Tyndale the rebound. And Tyndale, he will take it. And the ball slips away. They'll say it was tipped off of the Vipers. Gowdlock a little bit in disbelief. But they will keep it Skyforce basketball, and they'll take it from the baseline. 4:47 left in the second. 5-point game. As Pruitt looks, gets it into Tyndale on the right, and denied by Olbrecht. Long lead pass, Beverly. Here comes Mike Davis, but he's not there soon enough as Beverly makes it 44-37. On the other end, Tyndale and Pruitt will put up the left hand, and then will take it with his right hand on the dribble. Give it off to Davis of the mic. Demetrius Nichols is checked back on, and he will give it to Tyndale, 7 to shoot. Tyndale will drive, give it up to Pruitt. He'll fire the three. It's short. But there's Davis. Put it back up and in. Mike Davis stuffs it back in with a 44-39 game. Here comes Jones. Elects to drive, and he'll take it on Davis. That one's good. Jones with 12. 46-39. Pruitt meanders to the left. Will pick it up on the left-handed dribble. Trying to hit Pittman in the post. It gets him on the left baseline. He will spin in the lane. Couple of pumps. They'll say travel. So it remains 46-39 in favor of the Rio Grande Valley Vipers. 3:45 left in the second quarter. Timeout on the court. Vipers by 7. 46-39 when we come back in 2 minutes on the NBA Development League Radio Network. listening to the NBA Development League. We'll take this time. Actually, we'll wait just a little bit on the legal identification. We'll get that to you in a moment. But for now, the Vipers and the Skyforce separated by 7 at the 3:45 mark of the second quarter. 46-39 the score. And play resumes. Patrick Beverly will go against Chris Davis, who's checked back on. Mike Davis is also in for the Skyforce. Spinning in is Jones over the block attempt from Will Foster, and I think that was on the way down. And Terrence Jones thinks he's feeling it. He's got 14 here in this first half of play. Tyndale slips the screen, works it in on Ulbrich, tapped up and in by Will Foster. 48-41. 3:12 to go. Second quarter. Johnson, Gaudlock playing around the perimeter. Off the screen. Gaudlock's going to take it, kick it out to Johnson. Johnson's got an open lane to the basket. Will Foster says, oh, no, 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 no. Emphatically sends that to the baseline with 9 to shoot. Johnson there had a really good angle to the hole, but closing fast was Foster. Johnson looking right of the hoop, gets it in. Gaudlock fires the 3, in and out, and the rebound. High goes Saunders. Up ahead, Chris Davis. And Davis has on the run. He'll slip in, gives it to Foster, and Foster will send it back to Davis. Really didn't have good position. There's Davis, Chris Davis, with a 19-footer right of the lane. His first points of the game, actually his third points of the game. And now a steal. Chris Davis sends it off to Nichols, and Nichols is pushed from behind by Terrence Jones. And not as hard a foul as what Terrence Jones had applied against him moments ago. And it was before a shot attempt. And that not yet in the penalty for the Vipers. That is foul number 4 on Rio Grande Valley. So they'll take it from the left side of the court, right near the Skyforce bench. Saunders, Chris Davis gives it off to Saunders. Back to Tyndale. Tyndale off the screen, takes it baseline. Up top, Saunders, he's open for 3. And it rattles in and out, but Will Foster skying in. No one put a body on that man. 48-45, and that's the closest these two teams have been since the opening moments of the game. Vernon Macklin trying to work on Foster in the left post. Bounces in, hooks it over him, and it's tapped out again. Count that basket for Vernon Macklin. 2 minutes left in this second quarter. Chris Davis in control for the White of the home team, the Skyforce. Tyndale will now take control on the left. And then Beverly, hounding Tyndale, will get it back from Saunders. With 8 to shoot, he'll pump it, and he'll hit it. 3 for Mark Tyndale. And we're down to a 2-point game, 50-48. And now gesturing with the right hand is Beverly. Beverly takes it in, then kicks it out. Jones, 3. That one's an air ball. And that one draws a derisive cheer from the Sioux Falls Skyforce faithful. 50-48 it remains. 1:23 left in the second quarter. And here come the Skyforce, a chance to tie or take the lead after being down by 18. It was 24-6 at one point. Tyndale with the bounce. 11 to shoot, is in 2 defenders, and they're going to call timeout. Whistle blows, and here comes Jones and Tyndale. They've had a history. Tyndale wisely walking to the bench. Jones will do the same. Let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves. You're listening to the NBA Development League Radio Network. We thank you for joining us for NBA Development League action from the Sioux Falls Arena. My name is Dan Peters, and whether you're listening on the radio this evening or on the NBA Development League powered by YouTube, we are appreciative of your support of the NBA Development League. A couple of NBA assignees in this contest. One of them on the floor, actually 2 of them on the floor right now, 3 of them Nope, 2 of them. Both of them for the Vipers on assignment from the Rockets. Patrick Beverly and Terrence Jones. Here's Chris Davis, and he'll fly and fade to the right. Drain the shot, and we're tied at 50. Chris Davis, right side from 17 feet. Goudlock on the other end, the equalizer. There's that push shot that he is very proficient in making. 48 seconds left. Back the other way. Ball is wildly caroming in the paint, and Damian Saunders had a chance to tie it back up at the line. And there's Terrence Jones again. Excuse me, that's Vernon Macklin, who's a little bit off kilter. He picks up number 3 in the foul department. That time, Terrence Jones, the peacemaker. Here's Saunders first. He cannot tie the game at the free throw line. Free throw for Saunders. Hits hard off the back iron. He is a 55% free throw shooter during his time with the Vipers and the Skyforce combined. Saunders can draw to within 1 if he makes it. He does not. And the rebound collected by Johnson. 52-50. Vipers pull up for 2, and it's Goudlock, drains it. Goudlock put on the brakes, and his right foot was squarely on the three-point line. 31 seconds left in the quarter. Davis gives it up to Foster. Foster catches and finishes. Will Foster with 8, and it's 54-52. 25 seconds left in the quarter. So the Skyforce and the Vipers will work a little clock in this sequence. Goudlock, he will control in this offensive set. Goudlock's going to take it in. He'll push it up off the glass with 8.1. And Goudlock to the other end. Here's a pull-up 3 by Tyndale, and he is hammered. And we'll say who was guilty of the foul. This has been a thing that Tyndale has done before. Will they say this was after the shot? Tyndale likes to fling out his leg. They're going to call a jump ball here. So they will say both players were at fault. They will not call a foul. They'll just call the whistle, and they will jump it. They call it inadvertent whistle. So there was collision, but no player had an advantage. So it's Foster against Terrence Jones. Foster is 7'5", and Jones at 6'9". This is in the center jump circle. And the ball is flung to the side. It was last touched by Foster with 0.5 left in the quarter. So it's 56-52. And the Vipers will probably just put it in. If they can get a lob to the hole, they will take it. Yeah, they're going to set up a play here to try to get a shot here at the end of the second quarter. They get it in. Goudlock will fling it at the buzzer, and it glances off the front rim, and he flung it from about 27 feet. 56-52 as we close the first half here at the Sioux Falls Arena. So both teams able to make runs in the first half. It was Rio Grande Valley striking first. The Skyforce working back all the way to a tie game after being trailing by 18. But it's a 4-point Viper lead as we head to our halftime. Back in 2 minutes on the NBA Development League Radio Network.
right, ladies and gentlemen, for your entertainment, we have a spectacular basketball show. Welcome Bruce and Diane Grenier and their family from South Dakota. Bruce has traveled all over the world to over 35 countries performing with basketballs, and is a special guest performer for the NBDL. He's a five-time world record holder for basketball playing.
56-52 is our score at the break. My name is Dan Peters, and I'm glad you're taking some time tonight to enjoy some NBA Development League basketball from the Sioux Falls Arena. And now as we prepare for what has transpired after 2 quarters, well, you can say that the Skyforce definitely had the better time of it in the second quarter than the first. Rio Grande Valley, 32-21 was the lead after 1 quarter of play. And in that first quarter, the Vipers shot 72%, 13 of 18. And the Skyforce were 7 of 19. In the second quarter, the Vipers cooled down just a little bit. He ended up being 12 of 26. Check that. Yep, 12 of 26 in that second quarter. Skyforce, on the other hand, were able to pick it up. They were 13 of 25 in the second quarter, and thus able to get back in contention in this one after trailing by as many as 18. And last night, the Vipers were very good. They were 11 of 21 from three-point range overall. Today, after starting off 5 of 7, they have clanked on their last 9 from long range. The Skyforce are 4 of 14 from downtown in this one, and that was very close to what they did in last night's ball game. From the free throw line, the Skyforce a rate of 12, and the Vipers are 1 of 3 overall, and that composes the shooting statistics. The best shooting on the night belongs to Terrence Jones, who is 6 of 10. Andrew Dowdlock keeping pace, 5 of 9. While Michael Thompson is 4 of 6 for the Skyforce. Chris Davis has hit his 2 buckets on the night. Leading in the way for the Vipers, Terrence Jones with 14 points on that 6 of 10 shooting. 11 for Dowdlock. And then you got 9 for Patrick Beverly, 8 for Chris Johnson, 6 for Vernon Macklin, and then 4 for Tim Albrecht, and 4 for Terrell Harris. Skyforce on their ledger, we mentioned Thompson with 10. You got 8 for Will Foster, so off the bench, Skyforce getting the production. Then 7 points for Mark Tyndale. Gabe Pruitt with 7 off the bench. Tyndale in the starting lineup. Then you got 6 off the bench for Damian Saunders. 5 for Chris Davis, 3 for Demetrius Nichols, and then 2 apiece for Mike Davis and Dexter Pittman. So that's the scoring summary on the night. Rebounds, heavily in favor of the Skyforce. They've got 24 of the Caroms collected. 16 for the Vipers. And on the offensive glass, Skyforce with 11. Will Foster with all 5 of his rebounds coming in the offensive end. And as we look at individually, Tim Albrecht with 4 points, and he also has 4 rebounds. Also 3 blocks applied by Will Foster on the night. So the score at halftime, 56-52. We'll take a little time to look at some other incidentals on the evening. We'll return in 2 minutes on the NBA Development League Radio Network. Halftime at the Sioux Falls Arena. The score, Rio Grande Valley Vipers 56 and the Sioux Falls Skyforce 52. Well, this contest, the second of 5 to be played between these two teams. Rio Grande Valley winning last night, tally of 107-92. It was a 15-point decision at the end, but it was the fourth quarter that was the crucial juncture in the contest for the Vipers. They shot well from long range to be able to come away with the win last night. Tonight, the Vipers not shooting as well, but still there's still 2 more quarters of basketball to determine. The game was tied once at 50 after the Vipers scored the first 9 points of the game. Skyforce have never led, but they did tie the game at 50. And other significant updates from the NBA Development League. Got a pretty healthy schedule on the docket tonight for the NBA D-League. Out.
The following is a presentation of the NBA Development League, the future of the NBA, today. Log on to NBA.com/D-League for game recaps and video highlights.
Has the ball knocked, he has to put it up, and he doesn't make it to the rim. Shot clock violation. Chris Davis had it bounced away, and it went high in the air, and by the time he grabbed it, there was one on the shot clock, and he had to fling it up. So the Skyforce turn it over, and they want to make sure that the shot clock and game clock are properly aligned, and it is synchronized. Play resumes with Patrick Beverly working on the left side of the formation. They'll try to fling it up to Olbrecht, and he is rejected by Dexter Pittman. Who's the foul on? It can't be on Pittman because he came in with the rejection. They might get Tyndale on the body. Nope, they say it was out of bounds. I saw a few crazy looks there, but apparently it did touch out of bounds. So still 12 on the shot clock, and the Vipers will play it back in. Beverly, left wing, 7 to shoot. Takes it left baseline, flings it over to Gaudlock, who will set, shoot, and miss it. And the rebound, tapped out, and it's saved by Terrence Jones. New deal for the Vipers. They won't use much of it. They'll get a 3 good from Chris Johnson. That's his third 3 of the game. He's got 11, and it's 59-52. Good job of swinging the ball to the open Johnson, racking it up from the left corner. Nichols takes it free throw line, has the ball knocked away from him. Gaudlock, he's got Beverly with him. Gaudlock's going to take it, shimmy shake, and it's blocked out by Nichols. Picked up by Terrence Jones. He'll fire the 3, left side, short. And the rebound, 3 players fight for it. Johnson had it, it's tipped out of bounds, and I think that was last touched by the Vipers. 10:29 left in the third quarter. Vipers with the first points of the third quarter, 59-52. But we'll see if they can duplicate what they did to start the game, scoring the first 9. Chris Davis will give it off to Tyndale. Tyndale on the right will dribble it towards the midcourt and will give it off to Nichols. And Nichols called for steps. Turnover again on the Skyforce. A dubious beginning for Sioux Falls because they have been prone to be careless with the orange. Third quarter action from the Sioux Falls arena. Patrick Beverly gives it off to Jones. The 2 assignees hook up, and Jones unable to get the first one, and Pittman comes away with a rebound. Chris Davis will work his way front court, will advance and then recycle it back up to Nichols. He'll fire the 3, and it's too strong. Rebound Gaudlock. I know Nichols wants to get things going. Here comes Gaudlock, he'll advance, and his floating shot no good. Nichols leads a 3-on-2, and it passes too low, and Davis of the taller cannot handle it. Gaudlock's open, he'll try the 3, good for Gaudlock. 62-52, and it's 9:35 left in the third quarter. Timeout. Sioux Falls back in 2 minutes on the NBA Development League Radio Network. Chris Davis with the jumper off the timeout, in and out. And the rebound come to the Vipers. Johnson back to Goudlock. Goudlock's going to take it to the rim, and that one's blocked out. And we've got Goudlock on the floor and contact on the white. Goudlock will go to the line for a pair, and I think they're going to get Dexter Pittman. Pittman will stalk out near midcourt with the top of his jersey covering his mouth. And to Goudlock to the free throw line, and he'll step up and drain the first. Goudlock with 15 on the night. Scored 35, did Goudlock when he was a member of the Skyforce against the Austin Toros on this floor December 15th. One of the top performances in the D-League this season. 2 for Goudlock, and it's 64-52. Demetrius Nichols will take it in. Lost it, got it back to Mike Davis. Now to Chris Davis. Chris Davis in amongst 3 defenders, forces it up, missed it, and Albrecht will pick up the rebound. So it's a 12-point game, 8:50 to go, third quarter. And now Albrecht is loose underneath, he'll lay it up and in. Albrecht with 6. So it was 9 in a row to start the first quarter. It is 10 in a row to start this quarter. And we've got a foul. That's on Patrick Beverly. He's hounding Mark Tyndale at the midcourt stripe. And that is 2 on Beverly. Nichols, Pittman, and Davis, the taller, out. Thompson, Saunders, and Will Foster in. So 14-point game, 66-52. Chris Davis on the hunt, gives it off to the left side for Tyndale. Over to Thompson, he'll fire the 3. Good! Michael Thompson had the stroke. Continues here in this third quarter, 66-55. Beverly gives it back to Albrecht, and Beverly thinks about it, will take a drive. He'll give it off to Albrecht. It's raked away, and they're going to get Saunders. No, Mark Tyndale is going to be whistled, his second personal. And Albrecht will go to the line. He is an 85% free throw shooter. Made 9 of 10 from the stripe last night and got the first here. Albrecht now at 7. He averages about 15.1 a game, but went off for 29 last night. And we've got conversation between Tyndale and head coach Joe Labelson of the Skyforce. They had to pause a little bit before getting it back to Albrecht. And the second one is good for the German, and it's 68-55. Albrecht, and I don't say that lightly, he is a German. He has played for plays for the German national team. Michael Thompson off the curl, off the dribble, and he has 15 points, 68-57. Go with the hot hand in Michael Thompson. Terrence Jones being guarded by Saunders. And Jones working his way in the lane, flips it around to Albrecht and missed. Are they going to call that basket interference? Are they going to call a foul? Albrecht hung on the rim and the ball kind of rattled in and out of the cylinder. What are they going to call? No basket, hanging on the rim for Albrecht. And they're going to call a foul on Foster. So actually, they will not call a technical hanging on the rim. The basket, no basket. The ball actually did go through, but the foul will count. Albrecht back at the line, misses the first free throw. So basically, Albrecht, on his way to the rim, was accosted by Foster. Foster will pick up his first foul. The ball was not able to go through, and that one does go on the second free throw for Albrecht. 69-57, the lead back to 12 again. Chris Davis will point to his right and then dribble to his left. Back to Thompson up top. Now to Tyndale, who will take it free throw line. Stopped by Johnson, 9 to shoot. Thompson, he'll look to drive into a double team, gets through, and here's a 2 for Saunders. It's no good. Rebound, Will Foster. So that's his 6th offensive rebound. Thompson will look it over. Will Foster on the alley-oop. It was stopped by Olbrecht. He tipped it away. Here comes an open 3 for Johnson. Here's a lefty. Good. Chris Johnson. And he's got 4 of those from long distance. On the other end, here comes Tyndale, who takes it all the way in. And they're going to call offensive foul on Tyndale. And Patrick Beverly ended up in a heap underneath. 72-57. And Tyndale will pick up foul number 4. Those in quick succession here in the third quarter. 72-57, 6:40 left in this third quarter. Beverly for 3. In and out, and then rebound picked up by Will Foster. He'll shuttle it to Chris Davis. He'll get it up top to Tyndale. He'll fire the 3, winds up, and that one's off the front iron. Johnson will take it the other way, off the rebound, coast to coast, then the kick out. Beverly, 3 again. That one's too strong. And the rebound tapped out, saved by Thompson. Now up ahead, here comes Damian Saunders to the rim and lays it up and in. So it's the bench doing the bulwark tonight. 72-59 on the other end. Patrick Beverly is stuffed, and then Patrick Beverly called for the foul. Beverly had it stuffed back in his face, and then collapsing on the baseline is Chris Davis with the rebound, and Beverly just could not stop his motion. Not a player control foul, so it will count in the team foul category. 6:03 left in the third, and the Vipers lead it 72-59. They had pushed the lead to 15, did the Vipers. But the Skyforce with the ball, trailing by 13. Gabe Pruitt and Jay Lucas on the court. Here comes Thompson for 3, and the rebound pulled down by Terrence Jones. Jones will take it himself, get it back to Beverly, and they'll recycle it. 5:43 left in the third, as Beverly gives it to Jones on the right baseline. Jones against Pruitt. That's a little bit of a mismatch. Here comes Thompson to spell him. And he'll leave Thompson, get back into Pruitt, back to Beverly. Here's Johnson again for 3, beats the shot clock but misses. And Gabe Pruitt will tightrope the baseline and pull in the loose one. 5:20 to go in the third. Off the screen, pick and pop. And there's the pop for Pruitt. It's too strong. Beverly will weave his way to the front court, to the far end of the Sioux Falls Arena from my vantage point. Beverly will hook a pass to Vernon Macklin. He will drive. He will hook it over Foster and score. Macklin with 8. 74-59. 4:53 left in the period. Jay Lucas from the University of Texas. He will back away. Give it to Thompson off the curl. Back to Lucas, 7 to shoot. He will pull up and try the 15-footer. It's no good, and the rebound come to the Vipers. 4:36 left in the third. Vipers may not be done with their run here. Macklin back to Beverly off the screen. He rubs free. You give it off to Macklin off the pick, and here comes Johnson, who is fouled. Johnson will shoot 2. To start this third quarter, it is an 18-7 run. And the first 10 of them to the Vipers. Johnson, the first free throw is good. Chris Johnson, very athletic, 6'6" forward out of Dayton, averaging 11.8 per contest. Hits the first free throw. He'll go at about a 73% clip. Johnson, the lefty, hits again. 76-59 for the Vipers as they lead it. Will Foster holds, tries to hit Michael Thompson. It's tapped away. Gabe Pruitt now in control. He'll fade away with a free throw line jumper. That one rattles home. And Pruitt with 9. 76-61. Terrence Jones leaves his man behind, shoots it over Will Foster, and we got Foster and Jones on the deck. That one not so much hard, that one more awkward, as Jones and Foster needed help to be peeled off. And Foster will pick up his second. Jones to the line for a pair. He is about 62% on the season and hits there. He led the team in scoring to the Vipers after 1 half. It's his first points of the second half. And the second free throw swishes. 77-61. And it's a 16-point game. Largest lead has been 18 for the Vipers. Gabe Pruitt, he'll jump it from 18, and that's good. Top of the circle. That's like picking the low-hanging fruit for the former champion of the Celtics, 78-63. It was a 17-point lead earlier, I apologize. Now it's a 15-point game. Here comes a drive. Macklin on the reverse. It is knocked out by Will Foster, another block. Here comes Damian Saunders, open floor, layup is good again. Damian Saunders now with 10. And it's 78-65. Gowdlock gets in the lane. That floating teardrop jumper, no good. Rebound Foster. Up ahead on the outlet to Jay Lucas. Pruitt's going to drive. Pruitt will hook it back to Lucas. Back to Thompson. A three. It's open. It's short. Rebound Foster. And he throws it back out to Gabe Pruitt with 2:50 left in the third. Skyforce with Pruitt. And he hits again. Pruitt off the bounce with a quick 6. And timeout as Nick Nurse goes out on the court to yell into the ear of Tyler Ford that he wants time. 2:42 left, third quarter, and the Vipers lead it 78-67 on the NBA Development League Radio Network. .235 left in the third quarter. Here's Beverly with the jumper. That one glances off the rim. Little missed it off to the right. And the Skyforce trailing by 11, back in control after the quick jumper by Beverly. Off the curl, Thompson has it batted back at him. And he has to get it up to Pruitt. Pruitt with 10 to shoot will take it all the way in, leave it for Foster, and he can't quite handle it. And the ball still being fought for near midcourt. Here comes Beverly. He'll shuttle it off to Johnson. And we're going to call offensive foul. Standing strong underneath, Jay Lucas. Jay Lucas, previously employed by the Idaho Stampede, picked up by the Skyforce yesterday. This is his second action with Sioux Falls, and so he is truly green in his charges, but able to stand tall and pick up the foul from Johnson. On the other end, here comes Gabe Pruitt, advances to the goal, kicks out Lucas. Thompson, three, left corner, no good. Rebound Beverly. And here come the Red. Macklin will give it off to Terrell Harris, and he will take it in, whistle to the corner, back around to Beverly, swinging the ball, that one's short. Rebound Thompson. Up ahead, Jay Lucas. He's going to leave him behind and lay it up and in. 78-69, 1:25 left in the third. Beverly, he will gesture with the right hand, keep the bounce with the left. And Lucas looking to try to play defense on Beverly. They'll kick to the corner. Here's an open three. Harris, short, rebound to Saunders. Up ahead, Pruitt. And Pruitt's thinking about it, but he'll give it back to Saunders. He'll show and go. Give it up to the corner, Thompson, around to Lucas. He'll try a three. Good! Jay Lucas makes it 78-72. 50 seconds left in this third quarter. As Beverly and Lucas toe-to-toe near the timeline. Beverly will clear a little space, get in. Here comes Olbrecht on Foster. The first attempt, no. Tip up, no. But the fresh 24 applied to the Vipers as they get it with Terrell Harris, who's able to pick up the offensive rebound. There's about 9 seconds separating the two clocks. Beverly works it down to 10. Beverly picks up the dribble, gives it to Olbrecht, and back to Beverly. Beverly with 4. Beverly to Olbrecht. He'll fade away on the jumper, rattles in and out and down. Back the other way comes Lucas with 5. Lucas with 4. Lucas to the rim, and he had it knocked out of bounds by Beverly. (80-72). 2 seconds left. They'll inbound it. Right of the hoop. Lucas is looking. Lucas waiting. Or off the curl. Here comes Thompson, and he is swarmed over by Terrell Harris. In fact, Thompson didn't even get off the ground to try to lift for the shot. And he was wrapped up by Harris, who was airborne and then ended up on Thompson's left shoulder. Fortunately, Thompson does not shoot with that arm, but he misses the first free throw with 0.6 seconds left. All bench scoring for the Skyforce in this third quarter. 80-72 currently. Second for Thompson is good. They'll get it in, and that's all. And Patrick Beverly wanted to say something after Saunders tried to sneak it away at the end of the third quarter, but nonetheless, it's the Vipers 80 and the Skyforce 73. Back in 2 minutes on the NBA Development League Radio Network. 80-73 as we begin quarter number 4 from the Sioux Falls Arena. I'm Dan Peters, and it's the Rio Grande Valley Vipers as the visitors leading the Skyforce by 7. Well, both teams cooling off in that third quarter. Vipers now shooting under 40%, or rather under 50% for the game. They had been clipping along above 50%. A turnover. The Vipers give it up. Damian Saunders into the open floor. And they say off of Saunders, out of bounds. Tim Olbrecht with good defense, protecting the rim as Saunders driving the left side of the lane. Rebounds. Skyforce have 38 and the Vipers 28. Vipers 31 of 66 and the Skyforce 29 of 65 after 3 quarters. Skyforce, though, with 16 turnovers. On the other end, we got Vernon Macklin working inside and able to get it down, and he'll go to the line for a completion of a 3-point play. Macklin now with 10. And he will look to try to extend the Viper lead to double digits, and he does, 83-73. So the Skyforce down by 10, trailing by 15 in that third quarter. Gabe Pruitt in the lane. That one dances on the rim and falls. Pruitt able to get a tough shot in the lane. And Pruitt with 15, that's a season high. To the other end where Olbrecht will swing it around to Harris. Left of the hoop, there's Beverly. They get it down to Macklin, had it poked away, he got it back. That one's tipped again, and there's Gabe Pruitt. Almost as if he had that ball on a string and able to reel it in. So it's an 8-point game, 83-75 as the Vipers turn it over. Pruitt, left of the hoop, off the screen. We'll give it off to Damian Saunders. They'll get it over to Lucas, open, Thompson, 3, right side. That one's off the back iron, and Saunders mistimed his leap, unable to get it. Beverly, the other end. He'll put on the brakes. Harris called for steps. Will Foster is the leading rebounder in the game. He has 9 rebounds to go with 8 points. Chris Johnson, Terrence Jones, and Andrew Gaudlock with 16 points apiece to lead the Vipers. Saunders has it for the Skyforce, trailing by 8. Now back to Lucas. Give it up to Saunders. Saunders runs into Olbrecht. He has to get it out. Here comes another 3. This time Pruitt will try it from the right side, and it goes. Gabe Pruitt makes it 83-78. So it's a 5-point game with 10 minutes remaining. Harris runs into 2 defenders, bounces it over to Beverly, down low to Macklin, left baseline. He's against Pittman, who's back on. The double team comes, Beverly's open, Beverly hits. Patrick Beverly with 12. 86-78. And the din draws down just a little bit here at the Sioux Falls Arena. Saunders takes it and gives it off to Lucas. 8 to shoot. Now back to Pruitt. Pruitt with 5 on the shot clock. Waits for the screen from Saunders. Kicks it back to Saunders, who has to fire it. Does not in time. 86-78. And so the Skyforce rack up another turnover. That's up to 18 now. 9:21 remaining in this contest as the Vipers and Skyforce separated by 8 points. Vipers have been in the lead throughout. Steal by Saunders. Macklin tried to hit Olbrecht in the paint. Saunders jumped the passing lane. Lucas, left wing, trying to hit Pittman. Setting it up for Dexter down low. And Dexter will hook it up, and it's too strong. Rebound Olbrecht. Gaudlock will take it the other way. Here's an open 2. That one's Harris, and he drills it. And Joel Abelson will want to talk it over with 8:47 left in this fourth quarter, and it's 88-78. Rio Grande Valley leading by 10 on the NBA Development League Radio Network. The timeout for the Skyforce trying to stem the tide. Two teams traded 5-point runs there briefly. With 8:47 left in the fourth quarter. Here come the White with Jay Lucas. On the left side, gets the free throw line, off to Terrell Harris, that's off to Damian Saunders, and Dexter Pittman lost it on the way up, and it hit Sanders, and he was on the baseline. So another turnover on the Skyforce. Actually, that shouldn't be a turnover. That was just a shot attempt, and then it went out of bounds. 88-78 still. As Beverly fouled up top. They'll call that one on Lucas. And that his first. So no starter has scored for the Skyforce in the second half. All 21 points for the Skyforce in that third quarter from the bench. Here's Patrick Beverly, his jumper no good. And that one rolls off, and that one last touched by the Vipers. So it's still a 10-point spread with 8:15 to go in the fourth. Lucas will take it front court, and they will take it all the way in and dances on the baseline. Gets it back out with 12 to shoot. He'll reset it. Lucas, a couple of crossovers. Now we'll spin it around, get it to Thompson, 4 to shoot. Underneath is Pittman. He'll jam it. Had the defense flowing everywhere, and Pittman gets his second. Gets his first field goal of the game and 4 points on the night. Olbrecht will give it off. There's Beverly, a 3. That one's too strong. Pittman will get the rebound. 88-80. Rio Grande Valley with the lead. Lucas to Pruitt. Pruitt takes left baseline, kicks out Thompson. Lucas back around. Here's Damian Saunders. 3! 13 for Saunders, and it's 88-83. And here comes that 5-point run for the Skyforce. 7:14 left, fourth quarter. Game definitely within reach for both squads. Macklin trying to hit Olbrecht, and Olbrecht will throw it down. Wunderbar, Herr Olbrecht. 90-83. 6:57 left in the fourth. Lucas back to Pruitt. Pittman, he'll take it in the lane, in between the two defenders, off the mark, and the ball will carry him to Beverly. And Beverly loses his grip, but then is able to regain his sense of balance. Will switch to the right hand on the dribble. Then try to hit Olbrecht, fronted by Saunders, and now it's stolen away by Thompson. Thompson will give it off to Pruitt. Beverly there trying to do the defense. Saunders, 15-footer, good, left baseline. Saunders with 15, 90-85. 6:15 and ticking. Beverly nearly traveled as he went across the timeline. He picked up the dribble. Fortunately, Olbrecht was just across the timeline and received the pass. Now it's a drive by Beverly. He will miss the shot, but he will go to the line. I think Dexter will be guilty of the foul, which would be the fourth. Patrick Beverly, who is from the University of Arkansas, 6'1" guard, member of the Houston Rockets, currently on assignment to the Rio Grande Valley Vipers. This is his third game with the Vipers, and he has made both of his free throws that he has attempted. And his first toss is good. Now with 13 points tonight, has averaged 12.5 per game. Dexter Pittman will go out, and Will Foster will come in. It's a 91-85 current score with 6:02 left. Second one for Beverly. Shushes through the net. 92-85. Now the clock ticks under 6. To the other end comes Lucas, to Thompson. Thompson up and in, and he's fouled. And before Thompson goes to the line, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to the NBA Development League Radio Network. Thompson completes the three-point play, and he's got 19. 92-88, and it's a 4-point separation. Beverly is going to drive. He is going to kick it out. Wide open Johnson. Too strong. Rebound Pruitt with a one-arm carom. He'll get it up to Lucas. Lucas, pull up, transition three. It's in and out. Trying to draw the team to within one with 5:24 left. The other way comes Beverly. Goudlock. Goudlock still with a bounce. Weaving in and out of defenders. He'll take it all the way in and he'll lay it up. Missed the layup. And it's out of bounds to Sioux Falls. So it's still a 4-point game. 5:13 left. Skyforce have never led. They tied it at 50. Lucas asks for the screen. He'll slip by to the free throw line. He'll put up the jumper. It's too strong. Rebound Foster. Tried to tap it out, and the loose ball foul will give it back to the Sioux Falls. And that foul will be on Albrecht. And that is number 3 on Albrecht. Team foul number 2 on the Vipers. So with 5 minutes remaining, they'll take it from the side. Lucas waits off the screen. Thompson off the curl. Nice shot. Michael Thompson with 21. That is the most he has scored in a Skyforce uniform after being traded from the Erie Bayhawks. Beverly into the lane, missed the shot. Albrecht missed the second. Johnson misses the third, and the rebound comes to the Skyforce. It's a 2-point game, 92-90. Chance to tie. Here's the lead, and it's no good for Damian Saunders. Rebound to the Vipers. Top of the circle three. Might as well go for it. But it goes back to the Vipers with Jones, Beverly right wing, and Goudlock. Goudlock will slip off of Lucas, give it back. Here's Jones. He'll show and go. He'll take it in. Stop at 15. Off the glass. And a timeout called by Joel Abelson. 94-90 with 4:08 left. Fourth quarter. And we'll be back in 2 minutes with the completion of this contest on the NBA Development League Radio Network. Skyforce the basketball. They trail by 4 with 4 minutes left. Jay Lucas off the double screen up top. Saunders. Gabe Pruitt. He's open from 20. He will take it, and not the touch there, but Thompson the rebound. Puts it back to Saunders, up and it in. About 3 bounces on the rim, and Damian Saunders makes it 94-92. And it's 3:40 to go. So the Skyforce getting the offensive rebound. Gaudlock to the lane, floating jump shot, in and out. And the rebound tapped up, and it's still loose, and it's fought for. Finally, Gaudlock, 15-footer, no good. Rebound, Foster. And that gives him doubles on the rebound category. So here's a chance for the tie or the lead. 3:15. And the double screen up top comes. Saunders thought about taking it for the lead. Instead, it's Pruitt. Free throw line. Saunders to the rim, and another scrum, and the Vipers get the ball back. Saunders with a little awkward attempt, and the rebound kind of jostled a little, but the Red have it with 2:52 left, and the ball's free, and the Skyforce come up with it. An awkward pass into Gaudlock, who was trying to post up, and they left baseline. 2:43 left with Lucas trying to tie the score. Here's the jumper, it's short. Rebound to Jones. And it's still a 2-point game, 94-92 with 2:30 to go. Beverly works left or right side to Jones. He'll hand it back to Beverly. Beverly, he will take it on Jones. Jones to the lane, up and in, and a foul. High arcing shot goes through, and Jones. First points of the fourth quarter, gives him 18, makes it 96-92, 2:19 to go. And the lefty will try to complete the three-point play. He does. 19 points for Jones, and it's 97-92. 2:14 showing fourth quarter. Lucas gives it off to Saunders. Gabe sees a lane to the basket, gives it back to Michael Thompson. Back to Gabe Pruitt. He'll size up a three, left corner, it's short. And we got an a loose ball foul as Olbrecht was shoving Foster underneath. And that's the penalty. Nope, that's the third team foul in the Vipers. And that is 5 on Olbrecht. .201 left. 24 seconds to shoot for Sioux Falls. Lucas. Thompson. Here's a jumper. Free throw line. No good. Rebound. Saunders. He'll put it back up and in. 97-94. And we're at 150. Beverly with Lucas up top. Beverly back to Terrence Jones. He's open. He'll fire early in the shot clock. It's in and out. And it's a one-possession game, and the Skyforce can tie it with a 3 or cut it to 1. Pruitt off the screen, gets in the lane, lost the handle. And it's tipped, saved on the sideline, and they'll call timeout. Did they say out of bounds? Was he on the out of bounds line? Yep, they will say he was out of bounds. Tried to call timeout before falling out. So it's a turnover on Sioux Falls, and with 1:24 left in the fourth quarter, clock resumes, and it's the Vipers in possession. Beverly gives it off. Ooh, a loose pass, still loose. Now it's Jones. Jones will take it on Foster, over him, can't hit that one. Johnson comes in with a rebound, and Gabe Pruitt again grabbing the pumpkin, but it's the Vipers who will get possession, and the Vipers will call timeout. They'll have the ball with 1:07 left here in the fourth quarter. And it's a 97-94 game. Now here is the crucial possession of the night. Each team still has, or rather the Vipers just have a 20 left. That is their last full timeout that they can take. So the Vipers, if they score on this possession, that raises the stakes, especially if they get 3. It is a one-possession game, so Skyforce trail it by 3 on their home court, but the Vipers can really put the squeeze on this possible 2-game sweep if they score here. It's been Patrick Beverly, Terrence Jones, providing much of the activity here in this fourth quarter. all players that the Vipers will send out have been scored in double figures. Beverly has 14. Johnson has 16. He hasn't scored yet in this quarter. Gowdlock 16. He hasn't scored in the quarter either. Jones with 21. And then Tim Olbrecht with 13. For the Skyforce, leading the way is Michael Thompson. He's got 21. Damian Saunders with 19. Gabe Pruitt with 18. For Thompson and Pruitt, those are season highs in Skyforce uniforms. Full shot clock, 1:07 left. So they'll inbound it, left of the hoop, and Beverly will be in control. They'll trigger it to Gowdlock, and they will work a little clock. Pruitt on Gowdlock. Gowdlock floating shot, and it's no good. Rebound, Olbrecht, and they're fighting for it underneath. Put back up by Jones. He can't get it, and it's still Viper possession. So it's down to 52 seconds left, and more shot clock to run. Jones gives it up. Chris Johnson is fouled on his way to the rack. Nice cut, hard cut to the hole for Chris Johnson with 45.7. And a couple of tosses here for Johnson. Could not exactly seal it, but definitely put a home victory in peril for the Skyforce. And get a road victory for the Vipers. There's one. Johnson now with 17. (98-94). Johnson. He's got a sleeve on his left arm. That's one, no good. And it's off the floor. Last touched by Red. And so the Skyforce will have it with 44.2. So they will elect to go length of the court. They don't have many timeouts at their disposal. They'll save them. And the clock resumes. It's a 4-point game. And they're going to try to work early in the shot clock. Here comes Saunders. He'll advance to the bucket, gives it up to Foster, and stolen away. Pass a little bit offline for Saunders, and that will now force the Skyforce to foul as Beverly near the timeline is grabbed, and Beverly will go to the line, and he will shoot two. So Thompson will be guilty. Beverly to the line where he is 2 of 2. And with 26.4 left, hits the first. 99-94. And Beverly has not missed since being sent on assignment from the Houston Rockets. Beverly the second, and that one swishes. Skyforce will call timeout here and try to get their bearings about them before trying to figure out what to do for the last 26.4. So it's been the bench tonight for the Sioux Falls Skyforce. All the bench players that have appeared have scored more than any other starter, and for that matter have performed better than any other starter. You look at the plus minus. You've got minus 29, or actually the plus minus, you got minus 20 all the way through for all the 5 starters. And then you've got plus 13 for Jay Lucas and Gabe Pruitt, and then you got plus 23 for Damian Saunders and Michael Thompson. Will Foster with a plus 21, and that plus minus means when they're on the court, their team has scored more points than the opposition when they've been on. For the Rio Grande Valley Vipers, basically they've run with just 8 players tonight. Terrell Harris and Vernon Macklin have played the most. Kyle Fogg appearing briefly in the first half. But otherwise, it's been pretty much a lock, stock, 7 players for the Vipers. Here come the Skyforce. They've got Pruitt to trigger. And he's getting it in, and that kind of tightens things up a bit. Beverly encroached the space of Gabe Pruitt, and they're going to call a technical foul. Demetrius Nichols has checked on, and actually he will cede the free throw shooting duties to Michael Thompson. Nichols getting his first action in quite a while. Thompson, the free throw, good. Well, it's not exactly what you want to do for the Vipers. They give the Skyforce a free point with 26.4, and the clock never moves. And they'll run it again with Pruitt. They'll get it into Lucas. Lucas off to Thompson. He'll fire the three. Got it! With 22.2. 198. Michael Thompson strokes the free throw and then makes it a 4-point possession. And the score is 100-98. And the Vipers call for time. And they will call their last timeout. It's a 20. And it will be fouling time for the Skyforce. And they will have to hope that a Viper is fouled and misses. Or the Skyforce get a steal and then a bucket. We shall see what happens in this sequence. Michael Thompson with 25 on the night. So the Skyforce and the Vipers playing down to the rivets tonight here at the Sioux Falls Arena. Either you're listening on the radio or if you're watching this game, powered by YouTube for the NBA Development League. Thank you for being a part of this tonight. They will take it all the way into front court for this. Good free throw shooters on the court for the Vipers. And the Vipers trying to get it in. It's a steal, and it's back in the back court. 19 seconds left, and Terrence Jones galloping away with the ball. So it's not technically stolen. It was tapped out by Damian Saunders, but then Terrence Jones able to come away with a loose ball, and Damian Saunders fouled with 18.6. Terrence Jones to the line. Jones on the night, 4 of 6 from the stripe, and he is a 62% free throw shooter. 18.6 left on the clock. The lefty fires. The first one is good. And Vernon Macklin will check on. Patrick Beverly will check on. Will Foster will check on. Jay Lucas will come out. 101-98. Here comes Jones the second. No good! Rebound, Skyforce, timeout. 17.6, and that it will be the last Skyforce timeout. And it's a one-possession game, Skyforce with possession. 101-98. As this game still within reach for the Skyforce. The Maine Red Claws have defeated Springfield tonight, 116-107. Fort Wayne beating Erie, 112-84. Fort Wayne has won 7 in a row. Canton Charge, their win streak is snapped at 6. Iowa Energy beating them at 103-86. Austin leading Texas 92-86. That game late in the fourth quarter. As we're back to business for Sioux Falls and Rio Grande Valley. Sioux Falls will deploy Lucas and Saunders and Nichols and Pruitt and Thompson. We've got Goudlock and Beverly, Harris, Jones, and Johnson. Lucas will trigger it, left side of the court. This is it. Skyforce need a 3. They got to get it in. They finally do. Lucas with the bounce, 15 seconds left. Lucas, he's fouled. And the Vipers have fouls to give. That is the first foul in the last 2 minutes. So with 13 seconds left, Skyforce inbound. Pruitt, the trigger, this time on the right side. Johnson will oppose, gets it into Lucas. Get it over to Nichols. Nichols had it knocked away, out of bounds. Last touched by Beverly. Nichols going for the trigger, 9.7 showing. And Pruitt will inbound it deep in the left corner. on the side. Pruitt will get it into Lucas. Off the curler comes Thompson. Nichols, he's open for three. Here it is! In and out! And that's it. Jones is fouled with 2.2. Nichols had an open look and just a fraction of an inch from tying the game. But the distance between a Rio Grande Valley victory and a Skyforce loss is ever so slim at the current moment. All it takes is one make for Terrence Jones. The Houston Rocket on assignment. No good. Jones has one more. 101-98. 2.2 seconds left. The toss for Jones is good. That will do it. They get it in. Lucas will take it half court, heave it at the buzzer, and that's it. 102-98. A game that the Skyforce never led, but the Rio Grande Valley Vipers had to fight tooth and nail to get. And they were able to pick up a pair here at the Sioux Falls Arena. We'll take a 2-minute timeout, and we'll settle it from the Sioux Falls Arena next on the NBA Development League Radio Network.